Hello, welcome back to Final Fantasy VIII Remastered walkthrough. So in the last part, we had a lot of truth bombs dropped on us with the marriage between Headmaster Sid and Sorceress Adia. Squall is absolutely confused. We had to go search for this girl named Alone inside of the Bolam Garden because a ship from Galvadia approached us and it was carrying white seeds. So, who claimed to be Sorceress Adia seeds, and Squall is just all sorts of confused. He knows Alone from the dream sequence and everything with Laguna, so he just doesn't understand the connection or why these things are happening. And he's just not happy that everyone's kind of relying on him to do a lot of things for them right now. But the ship crashed into Fisherman's Horizon, so we are going to go to the second floor here. And there's quite a few things we can actually do beforehand. So if you talk to this guy, he is part of the CC group. This is the master card guys around the garden, and we are going to need to do this in order to gain every single card in the late game. So I'm not going to start this just yet, because I have to manipulate the rules, and things are going to change once we go down into Fisherman's Horizon. So once we gain a couple new rules and we actually are able to set foot with the garden, then I will start this. But just keep in mind that this is going to be kind of sporadic and sprinkled into these episodes. So if you watch a later episode, you're probably going to see me battling, the final member of the CC group. And yeah, there will be no, other than annotations, which I probably will or not make. You'll just have to probably look up a guide and see where the locations are at. So I will start it when I'm able to, but you can start this like right now. You just won't be able to get to the final two members for quite a bit in the game actually. But this is the first guy you will battle, and they all have like suits, like from like a suits of cards or whatever. So they call themselves like diamond spades, hearts, stuff like that. The Joker. There's all sorts of them running around the garden, but I'll hit them up when we actually start this quest. But for now, let's head into Fisherman's Horizon. Now, the game's really about to open up here soon, so once we're done with Fisherman's Horizon, I mean it's go time. So pretty cool little thing there with the guy saying that they painted the Long Garden, so there's a relation here with the garden and these people. So there's like a hidden set of ladder right here. Kind of just spam X in that area and you'll start climbing down. We're actually going to need to know where this is at for a later little side quest here. Take this, run this path. There'll be like another little ladder right here. It's really hard to tell. Come out to the side and you'll talk to this lone fisherman. and he will give you the Occult Fan 3. So we are almost there with the collection of those things. And then talk to him again in order to initiate this mini side quest for this area. We're looking for his pupil at the docks. Alright, so once we begin that sequence, we'll go ahead and read this magazine as well. And it's already put in order, nice. Alright, so the Occult Fan 3 is now telling us something about this ring that summons a GF. So if you put everything together, you're kind of understanding where this is coming from. The third one is literally telling us like there is a GF that we can summon if we gather some items and use the specific ring that we have not found yet. So again, without knowing anything, no guide or whatever, this is just really obscure stuff. The legend says you must have 666 items in order to summon this GF. So when you piece this all together, if you read the first one, it's talking about steel pipes. And then we're talking about a Marlboro outbreak here. And then you got the third one that's just talking about this ring and requiring 666 items to summon a GF. So we're still missing one more of those in order to give us the full piece. But what you're trying to aim for is, looking at those specific items and the number that's attached to it. Obviously, we can't gain 666 of one item in the game. It only goes up to 99 or 100. So we would need 6 steel pipes, which is why I've said since the beginning, don't use them, and try to get 6 at the very least so we can finish that part off. And then the Marlboro tentacles, those are going to be very difficult to get because we do have to fight Marlboros in order to get it, or you can card mod them, but you need 4 Marlboros for 1 refinement of a Marlboro tentacle. So, and they're kind of hard to get. A little bit of a rare card for most people in their card battling. It's not achievable, but it's definitely difficult to deal with. I like these NPC names. Familiar face number 3. I don't even remember none of you. Alright, so head to the right of the screen, and then region draw point right here. We don't need to go into the mayor's town or the mayor's house just yet. Do want to save though, because things can go wrong here. So from earlier, the Fisherman wanted us to go find his pupil at the docks. Right now we're going to detour here, and this is where the shop's located, so if you touch this little screen, it'll give us a little news outlet. I can't run away from it. Alright, so you talk to her. You can buy items from her. She has just your basic stuff that we've been seeing throughout the entire game. If you need it, buy it. But most importantly, go ahead and get a room here. And then you'll see one of the biggest magazines that we've seen of the Timber Maniac so far. Go ahead and grab this one. And this will be your 7th one that you grab. So remember, general rule, every time you enter a new town, just go into the inn of that area, pay for a room, and then usually the Timber Maniac will spawn. And any other obscure ones I'll point out. But that should be number 7. And we will head back to this room eventually. It's not needed just yet. So we want to head over this way, and this gentleman over here will be the junk shop for the area. So if you have any materials laying around and you want to upgrade your your character's weapons, I mean, go ahead and do it. Honestly, I would just wait because we're about to get some more magazines. Dragon skins are just way too rare at this point to earn, and by the time you end up seeing dragon skins, you're actually going to have a better weapon for Questus, you know. But you can get dragon skins from Anacondors, which is very rare, or literally dragons, which we haven't even seen one yet. And then he still wants our steel pipes, which we're not going to give up. Fury fragments are also very rare. They drop from blue dragons. Blue dragons or red dragons. One of the dragons drop these. You just look it up on a wiki if you need any of these items. I'll come across them pretty naturally, though. And right now, Skull has the cutting trigger. So in order to get the flame saber, we are going to need turtle shells. And turtle shells can be found off the Anavantois enemies, which are usually found on the beachheads near Dalit. So we're kind of far away from doing any of that stuff right now. So we just have to make do with the upgrades that we got up to this point. So then we're going to go over here and talk to this kid. And this is going to progress the Fisherman's storyline here. I have no idea what Squall was doing there, but he did something. I couldn't skip that dialogue, oh my goodness. So then go ahead and pop to the right, or to the left and head back to the right. He should be standing up, talk to the kid again. And get stuck in the dialogue, alright. Good deal. So I'll probably turn off the ×3 there will be better. Once that sequence plays out, I want to talk to these people, say more dialogue. Head back up to the Fisherman and let him know that you did talk to his pupil. This is what I mean by the back and forth nature of this game. Come swinging around, head back down this ladder, all the way back to the Fisherman. Okay, so I think in this regard, they actually want us to progress the Fisherman's Horizon storyline before we are able to do anything else with that. I generally skip these side quests at, in later playthroughs because I don't really need to see them or do them anymore. I just kind of play to finish the game anymore at this point. So then we can explore more of the town here. Yeah, so we'll have to talk to the mayor before we were able to progress that part. head over. Down here is going to be just a bunch of kids and cats. Nothing really relevant. Draw point for haste. If you don't have any, go ahead and pick that up. Nothing of real importance here, except for this little door. You head in here and you're going to see a guy with a Moomba doll, and he's going to be a factor into another side quest that we're going to have to do later on in the game. But if you see, there's another Giant Timber Maniacs magazine here. This will be the 8th one you pick up. So pick that up. Give this guy a talk. Not much to him either. And then he made a little comment about, you know, if you just kind of smash X near this Moomba doll, he's going to make a comment about Shumi Village and an artisan. So keep that in mind. That's going to play out in a later chapter. So then, now we picked up all the Timber Maniacs and whatnot. Progressed a little bit of that side quest with the kid and the Fisherman. And now we're going to go talk to the mayor of this town. And if you got any weak cards that you want to refine, I would do that, because we are going to do a card battle with the mayor here. And he houses the Quetzalcoatl card. And Fisherman Horizons rules are terrible. We're going to start seeing plus and the random roll put together. So this is going to make the card game kind of horrendous at this point. This could be a lot of resets because we just don't want to lose any rare cards to anybody, ever. But here's Martine. He's just going to be sitting here for the majority of the game now. Just kind of sobbing and feeling sorry for himself. But just keep his location in mind, because we are going to have to come back to him eventually. You can also play cards with him. So now that we're inside the mayor's home, I'm going to head up. I love these screens. I like how we just sit on a metal floor. It's awesome. Okay, so the mayor was straight to the point. He wants us gone, and we want to be gone, so good on both sides, right? So if you come over here to this little robot, funky-looking thing, there's going to be a hidden Ultima draw point. First time we're going to see Ultima in the game. Obviously, Ultima's strongest magic. If you played any Final Fantasy game before, you know that it's the strongest magic in all the games that feature it. Go ahead and just give it to whoever. That was actually a really good stock right there. And Ultima is extremely good for elemental defense. But once we are able to stockpile a bunch of them, you know, it pretty much fits in every category really nicely at higher stocks, obviously. So once we get more Ultimas, you know, we'll make use of it. But for now, we are stuck with just the amount that we drew from that. And as far as I know, that draw point does not reset anymore, so whatever you drew from that first time is all you're going to get. But don't worry, there is another draw point for Ultima that we will come across. But honestly, Ultima is not too hard to get at all. I'm not really worried about it. Even in the late game, it's pretty much all over the place, so Let's see, Master Squall. What can you do about it? I need to start working towards getting some Aga spells. Don't really need berserks. Just always try to have at least one space each time, because you never know what kind of enemies you'll run into that have things you want. I just gotta get rid of some of this stuff. Alright, so hopefully everything goes right though, and I just didn't waste my time doing all this. But if you play the Fisherman Horizon Mare at cards, I would just play with this this rule set here, because this is actually pretty good. And if we can get open to spread, great. If not, then open, I believe, becomes lost for quite a while. Sudden death is a new rule that we haven't seen yet, and pretty much there is no draws anymore. Somebody has to win, which is fine. But as long as we have open, it's good. And there you go. I'm so glad he played that right out the gate. Usually it could take him quite a while to get one of those going. And these old men NPCs are like, they will play slowly. I don't know why they do that. They do though. This is okay. He wants to goad us to do something stupid. Excellent. Oh, that is so gracious. The RNG works. Alright, so as long as you keep spreading the open rule, I mean, you're golden. You're always going to be able to see what's going to happen. And if that doesn't work out and he spreads a different rule, you can reload and, you know, shut the game off and turn it back on, reset the RNG, and just keep going, or you just play it however you want. If you get terrible rules and you want to play like that, do it. There's no wrong way to play Triple Triad. It's just, it can be miserable sometimes. But with the Quetzalcoatl card in hand, not only did we gain a double 9 card, but we can also turn them into items. And Dynamo Stones will pretty much just turn into Thundagas. Don't really need that right now. We can transform our Wizard Stones into that, you know what I mean? And have plenty left over. So the Aga spells are, you know, and that's what they turn into. I mean, I already have 3 of them. You don't need 100. That's not going to do you any good. One will turn into 20. So just card mod, you know, find the cards that card mod into that thing. Which should be the Blitz monster, I believe, turns into those. Thankfully he played the Quetzalcoatl card, so we're looking pretty good, pretty strong right now. And then things are about to get real chaotic. Alright, so the mayor's trying to go make peace right now, and we already know with Galvadia, that's not their #1 thing. So, save your game. Hopefully everything worked out with the card game down there, and then head over to the right. Ensure that you have Mug here. You do want Mug. It's the first time I'm going to suggest it. Preferably on someone who hits kind of light, to be honest. So if you listen a little longer, he'll actually lose seed rank because you're just letting him getting tortured even longer, so just go help him. And this will be your final chance right here before you get into the boss fight. So just check everything. Boss is weak to thunder. And then at least one of your characters has Mug. And if things don't work out and you actually end up destroying the boss before you get the Mug item, just reset and try to get it again, to be honest. So, typical enemies here, we've dealt with these guys hundreds of times. They got the basic magics. Just take them out. Yep, so this thing again. So this time, if you mug this guy, you're going to pull an adamantite, which you really, really do want, because you're going to need them in the future for some of the strongest weapons in the game. You can always use the Minotaur and Sacred cards. But here, if you want to mitigate the damage, just cast Protect. We are really, really like powered up at this point, so we don't need to worry about damage. And we're just hoping Renoa steals things before we destroy it. There we go. So we stole the adamantite, and that's exactly what you want to do. The boss drop in this one is not that great. The adamantite is, since it's very rare anyway. And there we go. Just in time. Make sure you talk to Renoa here. This is actually a missable little piece of dialogue with her. If you accidentally run off the screen, she'll disappear, and it's kind of sucks because it happens so quickly. And then pick any dialogue you want here. I always kind of choose I was really glad to see them because I think that's the better option, in my opinion. Now go ahead and talk to the mayor. So Mayor Doe was like, damn, this kid. And then after that intense battle, you'll see that they completely jacked up everything with your Eclipse here. Except for Squalls. So if you need to, I mean, over time, start kind of writing down where your GFs were going to, so that you'll remember, you know, how you junction them to begin with. If not, you'll just have to keep, you know, playing around with it. But we're gonna change it so many times that it's really not gonna matter. You can already tell it's like it's already got mixed up just now, so keep putting the wrong magics, all the weird spots, and I gotta mess with it all over again. It won't stay like that. Pretty sure in the next episode I'll have it all fixed up again. This guy's like stuck in a T-pose every time we come in here. It's like he didn't load in right. So anyway, head back to the garden. Actually, let's see if we can continue this. Okay, so yeah, after the Mare Dope stuff, now you can continue this quest line here. Every time I try to run from him, he just spams the dialogue. Oh my, come on, job. So now he wants us to go to the mayor, or to the fisherman. This person right here, get off me. So yep, leave that battle and make sure that you stole a adamantine from it. It's very useful. I mean, even if you look at it, you can already tell it's a powerful item. Teaches an ability called Vitality plus 60%. So far, all we've been learning are abilities up to 40% in that regard. The only one that's been in the 80s is the HP from Diablos. So you can already tell that it's going to be used for some good material. But it's not super imperative, like I said before. It just kind of helps you get an early ultimate weapon without the need of refining Sacred's card for the 10 adamantines. So then with Irvine, he's just gonna have to come with us. So he wants us to meet him at the inn, and we want to do that. It's a nice little story piece. I actually missed it for a lot of years, because I didn't even know this was a thing. How could anyone, though, right? You can barely see this all mixed into the background. I found it by accident, because I was mashing X in that area. And that's how I ended up finding that thing. Never really knowing that there was a whole quest line in here for that type of stuff. And then fight the battle of the camera here. Head over to the inn. You don't have to buy the room, you can just walk upstairs. So we've seen that word S-Star before. We actually fought the troops while we were in the dream world with Laguna, the second version of it. And you'll see that he's wearing funky clothes, so he's definitely not from around these parts. And this guy's just dropping more lore for us about this. It's pretty cool. I just didn't know it existed for a long time, and I found it a few years ago. Then I would say, why not? So, nice little detail here. I mean, this guy, the mayor is from a different country, basically, and he didn't want to solve anything else with military affairs, and, Fisherman's Horizon was created as a result. For whatever reason, I cannot walk on. There we go. And just stupid dialogue, I swear. So doing that entire little side quest there just nets you a Mega Elixir, which is, another one of those really powerful items. That's the first one that we'll see, so can help you out in a pinch. lot of nice little lore, you know, dropping right there with how the name Fisherman Horizon even came to be. So I really enjoy that part. Really like that I found that. One of these wholesome. So Irvine just wants you to escort him towards the quad, which I guess we'll do. As he's telling us, the diary's open inside. So if you go back to that very first computer that we opened way at the beginning of the game, you'll have a diary of things that's happened up to this point that Selphie's been keeping. So nice little backtrack, I guess. Okay, so there's technically a right way to do this, because you can get like a song to actually play, but you can choose whatever instruments you want, and it can sound like a mangled mash of crap, and the dialogue will change between Renoa and Squall, or you can actually make it sound like music, and you know, she'll say something different, but it really holds no importance. It's just, you know, kind of what you want to do with it. And this stuff, I don't really care for this at all, so whatever. Anyway, with Zell, the proper instruments you want to do are the saxophone, piano, electric guitar, and bass guitar. It don't really matter who you give it to, but that'll give you, I guess, the better song. Just look up a guide if you want to do other things. So we'll do the sax for him. We'll just watch them play it, get up as Irvine, and just say, okay, sounds good. Then piano. The electric guitar. The bass. Okay, so we'll let this little scene play out. Hopefully I don't run into a time issue here. So yeah, with playing those specific instruments, you'll actually earn the Eyes on Me song in instrument form. So it's just a nice little thing. Didn't find that out till very late because I just used to pick instruments because I didn't care about it. Renault is still going to be teasing him. So I'm going to let these scenes play out, and then once I'm able to save, I'll save it, and then we will progress and continue on with the main story in the game. From here on out, though, the Balam Garden is basically going to become a floating, flying ship and boat. So we're going to be able to sail across the seas and, you know, kind of hover over a bunch of lands and stuff like that. Not outright fly everywhere, but we can get to a lot of sections of the game. So there is going to be some pretty extensive side questing for the most part in the next upcoming videos. And I'll make sure to, you know, kind of parentheses them and put them down as side quests. If you're not interested in watching those, that's fine. But I usually do them anyway to, you know, because I like to kind of 100% the game as much as I can. The only real quest I don't like to do is just the Queen of Cards thing, because it's just too sporadic, and you have to reload and unload, and you know it's just too much spammy stuff for me. But anyway, thank you for watching this video, and go ahead and enjoy this little dialogue between Renault and Squall and the song in the background. I'll see you guys in the next one.